Aquaman tops Deadpool 2 and Blu-ray extras are revealed. A cameo in Shazam from Superman, but which one? New pictures from Birds of Prey, talking Black Canary, so much more, and we got a squad in studio. Let's do it!
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
Yeah.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's four greatest
Three.
heroes.
Yeah, only three.
Three
It's
heroes.
fine.
-1. One's fighting crime.
One of us is a villain.
That's right! What's up, everybody? DC Movie News right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. It is Friday afternoon. Depending on where you are, it might be happy hour. Pull up a beverage, have some sips, and we're going to have a great day. Not a massive news week, but you know what? That just means we get to go off the rails as we tend to do and have a good time, and there's a lot of fun topics we will get to. So we're at DC Movies SK on Twitter, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Jonny LoQuasto here with you. The man to my far left, wearing a sweet jacket. He just knows
Hello,
how.
everyone.
The man
Hello,
knows
everyone.
fashion.
Don't compliment him.
Very talented.
See, I almost told you to S my D.
Oh, God.
I can't say that to
Good
you because
callback.
it's a
Good
weird
call.
one.
The
I
same
can't say
thing
that. but
Roxy got
for
in
Mr.
trouble for.
Makuga, S my D.
Oh, boy.
That one's
All
for
right.
you, Joshy.
That's an insider collider joke for those of you who are confused right now. He's wearing a beard as if he's about to go jump in an action movie. You see him on the Schmodown all the time. Very talented actor. Find him everywhere at Mike Kalinowski. He's Mike Kalinowski.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, homie?
You forgot to say it on the champ.
Oh, sorry.
Where's your belt,
I don't want to. I
champ?
felt a little
It was a little
overzealous.
heavy for you? Haven't been going to the gym, honey?
Okay.
No?
Okay. I've been carrying that thing for 2 months now. I'm fine with it.
Oh, it's okay.
So
Things get a little
funny to
heavy
say,
sometimes.
it's funny when people are like, you might know from this, that. It's so funny. Our audiences collide with the Schmodown. It's a very
Collide in what way?
like in the same.
In a collide
They know each
way.
other, and it's the same people. It's interesting. It's in the
right.
same world, which I think is awesome. And people that didn't know Schmodown now are coming to DC Movie News. That you know.
I sure hope
and,
so.
And the opposite, DC finds out about the Schmodown. So I think it's awesome.
The digital space is a tight-knit crew.
It is.
There's a lot of different sites, but definitely.
It's funny. I'll meet a lot of people at like the Schmodown, like in New York, and they come up and they say, "Hey, I started following you from DC Movie News."
Wow,
So they knew
okay.
me from that first. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
It's incredible. You know, we've been doing the show now for 4 years and 3 months, and you know,
Well, remember, Mike came on after us.
shortly
I
after
did.
us.
I was
Yeah.
4 months. It'll be almost 4 months for me. It was like right in December, right in February sometime was when I came on.
So almost 4 years.
2015. Yeah.
There you go. And it's incredible how we've just organically grown as a show, grown with the audience, and you know, we appreciate you guys every single week for watching and listening. You know?
Speaking of which, something I'm really excited about. I know that you guys at home have been incredibly frustrated if you were iTunes listeners and have been switching over to YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We were having issues with our iTunes. I could give you a lot of jargon right now, but the back end of things were a little messed up. Now we are officially back on iTunes, so if you want to listen to us in your little ears on your way to
gonna
work,
drink it. I'm not
if you
gonna
want to,
drink it.
let me talk to the people. If you want to listen to us on your way to work, if you want to listen to us at the gym or whatever it is you're doing,
Whatever you want to do.
put us in the speakers
Even
instead
while
on the
you're making
YouTube.
love, put us in your ears.
Feel like making love.
That's right.
DC Movie News.
And that voice you hear right now is so melodic.
Who is
It's so
she?
adorable. She is the crown jewel of the show. You see her on Collider Live all the time, as well as virtually all over the internet. And boy, oh boy,
She's everywhere.
She puts it all out there. You find her at Roxy Striar. She's Roxy Striar.
I don't put it all
I mean-
out there.
I mean, your
I leave
opinion,
a little
your-
something for the
your
the kids at
personality,
home.
your personality.
What are you doing with my tea,
It
Mike?
smells delicious. It was wafting over in my face, and I wanted to put my nose up.
Can
in
let me
it.
have my moment. Can let me have my intro moment.
I let you have every moment.
You do?
I do.
Where are my chocolate balls?
In your mouth.
They're not. That's the problem.
They were.
Whatever.
So Aquaman, yeah, it's officially, domestically, it has topped Deadpool 2, and it has, I believe, officially topped Suicide Squad as well, topping over $325 million.
Domestically, we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, we already know overall it's the most
Right.
successful DCEU movie of all time. But
DC,
just, you know,
not EU.
I'm sorry.
Just DC.
DC film and
DC
DC.
movie.
Yes.
And by
God,
the
that's
way,
fascinating.
do you guys still cringe every time we say DCEU because we just made it up as a people?
Yeah, it's
I don't know what to say.
Whatever.
What do we say?
It's just catchy. It does. I like Worlds of DC, which was at Comic-Con, but DCEU
I
is
love
just
the
easy
Worlds
to
of
write.
DC.
It's easy to write.
we should
Yeah.
call it DCU.
There you go. DQ.
DQ.
And it's almost at 500 million, not even counting China. So the global...
That is crazy town.
Yeah, the global attraction for this is really something that I don't know not even we predicted this, and we're the ultimate optimists.
Well, I don't think anybody could have possibly known that this was going to be successful like this. Even if you had said to us, this is going to be the best comic book movie of all time, which I don't think it is, and most people I would say don't. But even if you had said that, I still wouldn't have predicted that it made this kind of money. Even if it was the best of all time, I never would have predicted this.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. But it's great, though, because, it gives a great excitement for this year.
Use 3 water puns.
Well,
it really makes a splash. I started you off.
Oh, Jesus.
It gets us wet for what's coming next.
I think it's fishy how much money the movies make.
Hey, there it is.
Yes, Jeff Graham in the booth playing along. He's like, finally, something not exactly DC related that I can say something. I'm a writer. I know exactly what to comment. It's fishy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm having a whale of a time coming up with one.
Yeah, we did it. We did it, team. Okay.
Got him!
Right.
And so also the Blu-ray extras have been revealed. A German listing for the Blu-ray release has made its way online, which has a whole lot of things, including a 3.5-minute sneak peek for Shazam.
I wonder what Aquaman sounds like in German.
I only know, one word.
What is that?
I know Guten Tag, and I know Nein,
Yeah.
which is no. Mm-hmm. My grandmother was German. I wish I would have learned more. Sorry, Nana.
And Amber Heard's eating a flower, and in his head he's like, 9. He just pops across the screen. It's really, I would love to watch that subtitled.
But yeah, a lot of extras here. We got Becoming Aquaman, going deep into the world, James Gunn world builder, dark depths of Black Manta, heroines of Atlantis, villainous training, a match made in Atlantis, whatever that is, Atlantis warfare, creating undersea creatures, Aquatech, a whole bunch of scene study breakdowns, the kingdoms of the seven seas, and of course that Shazam sneak peek.
I need that.
So
I think I need it. Which one of you guys is going to get that for me for my belated half birthday?
let us know when that is.
Well, my half birthday was on January 13th, so belated would be now. Or for Valentine's Day.
Reactions.
Who wants to be my Valentine, guys?
You have a Valentine shush, I think.
I don't think so.
I can't figure it out. I can't keep track anymore. I don't know.
No. I don't, guys, you at home are my Valentine.
I thought you did.
You at home are my Valentine.
Either way, though, very exciting stuff there.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see Aquaman 3 more times in the next year. That's my goal.
That's
2019.
a fair goal.
3 more times.
Maybe once
I think it has high rewatchability for me.
Me
What
too.
about
Me too.
this? I'm not saying we can make it happen. When it comes out on DVD, why don't we do like a live watch along? If we
Can't we do one of
together?
those?
Yeah, we did for.
Man of Steel. I was not here for it, though. We did one that I was not here for.
Yeah.
It was not Man of Steel,
Batman
was it?
Begins. It was one of those two.
Yes.
I think it was Batman Begins.
I thought it was Man of Steel.
I don't know.
I don't think so because I don't think I would have signed up for that.
It was
Maybe
Batman
we did both
Begins.
and we did different times. Yeah, I think it was Batman Begins. It
But
was so long ago.
It was a long time ago. We could
Yeah, I
try
think
and
we should
do
do a
it.
watch along.
Maybe
do
if
it.
we all have a late night where we're available,
Well,
and the
you know
studio's
what?
available.
Why don't you guys at home let us know? Do you want to watch along? Do you not want to watch along? Comment below. And by the way, in case you didn't know, we are live every single Friday, 1 p.m.-ish Pacific Standard Time. So if you go to Popcorn Talks YouTube, then we'll be in there and we'll be shouting you out from the chat, which I am currently logging into because I'm just so great on Fridays. Right, Mike?
There you go. Yes. So here's the deal, y'all. Shazam, it's coming up. Everyone's excited. And there's a bunch of stuff that's coming out this week. We're going to talk about Henry Cavill in just a little bit. But supposedly there's going to be a Superman cameo. We talked about it in the past. But now there's the rumor it's not going to be Henry Cavill. Mikey, what do you is there credence behind this? Anything you know? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it's sounding like they're it's sounding like it's going to be everything but his face. Like, then that's why they're getting around the workaround that it's not Cavill.
So they're not saying so it's going to be nobody per se. Like,
it's going to be Superman. That's the rumor. It's Superman, the suit, everything but
as
face.
we know from many trailers and shots, you are able to show a character without showing their face, which is what they're talking about here. The character of Superman is essential to Billy Batson's story, and so I think that they have been trying to fit this in for so long. Obviously, like you said, we're going to talk about what's going on with Henry Cavill's situation in a little, but that just didn't seem to be working out. So I get why they would try to do something like this. Thought when we talked earlier about it possibly if he wouldn't do it being Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and having that be Billy Batson's hero could have been a cool little thing too.
Yeah.
But this will be fine. It'll be fine because we have to see him in some capacity, I think.
Sure. You have to. It's Shazam, for God's sake. It's going to have to be somewhat of a origin story for Shazam.
Oh, I mean, it's the first live action movie Shazam. Of course, this isn't like us watching the pearls fall for the 5,000th time on the Waynes.
Mm-hmm. And also this past week, Danny Garcia. Haram Garcia, who's the boss of $7 Productions, was talking about Black Adam, and he said, they had their hands in Shazam as well, and they're going to make sure that Black Adam, when it does indeed get released, it's going to, obviously same universe, but a different feel and a different vibe than Shazam, but it's going to be something that people really enjoy.
Are we seeing a Black Adam in the mid or post-credit scene of Shazam?
I think you gotta. Maybe not The Rock's face.
I think not, no.
So you think yes, you think no.
No.
I think maybe so. So I get to be right no matter what.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Here's the deal. You have Dwayne Johnson, arguably the biggest, without a doubt, the biggest action star in the world right now, one of the most famous people in the world right now. Why not give us just a little bit of an inkling at Black Adam in this movie?
Just a tip to see how it feels?
Just give us a Dwayne.
Because I think with what they're showing us in this movie, it doesn't, I don't know. I mean,
you're saying you don't want just a tip of Dwayne? Come on, dude.
I don't think he has time for anything.
The guy wakes up at 4 a.m, goes to bed at like
Hey, I'll be
2
the first guy.
a.m..
I'll be the first to admit I was wrong if it happens. I'll say that, but I'm just.
No, I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I think
I'm erring on the side of.
What about in the same way that they would
Because
tease...
here's the thing, I don't even think they know what Black Adam looks like in their film. Like the concept of him. So if they put him in this film, they are stuck with what that looks like. Like that's okay. Well, that's the look. Well, 2 years later, we're making our movie. Well, it changed.
And I don't think they want to retcon anymore.
Yeah, they're not going to retcon anything. And no, I think if Black Adam was in production or close to filming, yeah. Mm-hmm. But since they're not even close to anything, and it seems like every single week The Rock is announcing a new thing he's attached to. So
he does. I think there's.
But then again,
3 Rocks.
3 years ago, we said Shazam was a movie, and we were all like, "Are you kidding me?" And here we are.
Wouldn't a joke be on us if actually The Rock is a twin?
My God.
And it's been 2 of them this whole time.
I met a guy at work the other day. This one of the texts for the show I do. I see him all the time. I'm walking out of work yesterday, and I look, and there are 2 of them. And I went, and they looked at me, and like all the other crew were behind him because I was the first.
You just never knew.
Well, the twin worked in the costume department of the company. This guy worked on my show, so I never saw them.
Do you think you ever missed?
Who knows? I might have been. So I met 2 people that were identical twins, and I
did they offer you doublemint gum?
It floored me. I was like, "There's been 2 of you this whole time?"
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, literally, because they all laughed at me because they all were in on the joke except for me.
And they were like, "We got you, champ."
Yep.
Did they call you champ too?
Not at work.
Fair enough. So there was someone that was recently present for a test screening of Shazam, and obviously they didn't say who it is, but here was the quote. "I went to Shazam with low expectations and was blown away. This could be the best DCEU movie to date, even more fun than Aquaman. It's well written with great jokes. Levi shines in the title role. You see he was born to play this part. Mark Strong is also great as his foe, Dr. Savannah. He's powerful, scary, and can be funny too. The rest of the cast is good too." I think this was Zachary Levi who said this, but that's okay. No, I'm just kidding.
I literally don't have one reason to doubt this movie. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control.
And you think you like it?
And I think I like it.
Are you so excited and so scared?
I'm scared why?
It's a Saved by the Bell reference.
Oh.
Remember when Jesse took all the speed? It was a very special.
Oh, that episode. Oh boy.
It's very special. You learned your lesson in that episode.
That's one of the most wild episodes of TV.
Iconic.
Yeah, iconic.
I wouldn't call it. I'd still call it garbage because Saved by the Bell was garbage.
I don't think iconic means not garbage.
I'm so excited
Good
for that
point.
one.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. Okay.
Yeah, she was trying to study.
I know.
Take a little bit too much of that Adderall.
What a PSA.
Yeah, you got to chop it up in 4s, guys. Come on. Be safe.
Come on.
Come on.
They were caffeine pills. Be careful with Canon. Thank you.
Yeah, that is very true, Jeff. Thank you.
One of the many reasons I love Jeff.
Where Jeff's knowledge on DC movie news really
not
comes
Adderall. I am
through.
sorry. Oh my
love
God.
it.
There's
why we
another
have
quote here. There are some great nods. The Big, which this movie took a lot from, and the action and the special effects are everything, and it looks great. And so, yeah. Ooh, here's another one. I don't know if we want to say it, though. It's about the 7 deadly sins.
So, spoilery?
Yeah, it's a little spoilery to me, so I'm going to leave it go.
All right.
Because I'm excited for the 7 deadly sins. And so
Is that an expression, leave it go?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it go. I probably just said it wrong.
So, like, let it go?
Yeah. It's bad vocabulary for me, I think is what it was.
I'm gonna leave it go, leave it go.
I got it. It's right, Frozen. I got the reference.
Good dog.
Never seen it. We got some Black Canary photos from the set.
I love her.
I want to go off on this.
Please,
Go
Mike.
off in a bad way?
Go.
No, I
off
want
in
to
a
go
good
off
way.
on the fucking nerds out there that are causing problems and having problems with these pictures. Like, no, it's not Black Canary. It's bullshit.
Wait, what?
Shut up.
What are they saying?
They are
Some people
ripping
are
these
upset,
apart.
yeah.
They are ripping these apart. And I to you say, shut up.
What are they-
Shut up. This
But in a
doesn't
nice
mean,
way.
That doesn't mean she's not going to have a costume in the movie. This isn't, it's like real and lax.
Okay, but let me ask you
God,
something, Mike.
man.
Do you think that any of them are listening to you right now and you actually changed their mind? Like, really work
I don't
on it
care,
first.
though.
Yeah, I know you don't care, but you host a show called DC Movie News, so maybe we should talk to them and let them know why this isn't a problem. Because they're not in the industry, so they don't know.
This has nothing to do with an industry versus industry. We see
Well,
pictures like this all
with
the
how
time.
movies are
and
made
people are
and
No, but this is
costumes.
not. Now hold on. This is not the picture which we had to explain last time, which was a costume test. These are actual on-set photos.
Mm-hmm.
So these are filming, and everyone. It's not like something new has happened. This has been happening for decades, where people see the costume, it's the unleaked shots. It happened with Shazam. Oh, his costume's too puffy. It's too red. Blah. David Saber's like, whoa, settle down.
Hey, now.
Settle down. We're doing adjustments to the costume. There's going to be lighting. And we see it, and everyone's like, the costume was great. Best costume I've ever seen in my life. It's like,
Where's your troll from?
he's from all over. There's a bunch of them.
he's from all over
But
the
my
place.
God, the people, they're calling her like, she's a hooker, she's this, she's that. It's like, give it a break.
So
Give it a break.
let's go to the chat for a second because
Ugh.
they've got a lot of comments in here. Again, you can join us live Fridays 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That's right. And also
on
follow our
Popcorn
Facebook
Talk
page, DC Movies SK.
and on Twitter, DC Movies SK
That's the
as
most
well.
important,
A ton of Paul Ponte, we love you. He says, "Amen, Mike."
See?
Jack says, "Relax," says Mike. King Sport Cal says, "Canary, it looks dope."
Yeah.
A lot of people commenting on how pretty
'Cause
she is, which is
Do you remember
very
the first
obvious.
person was like, oh, this actress is cast. She doesn't have blonde hair. Now she's got blonde hair. Oh, now it's up in cornrows. I don't like that style of hair on her. Oh, it's like, oh.
I love cornrows.
Does anyone,
Josh says, "I agree with Mike, but all the looks are concerning."
like, we have not. It's a movie. It's going to be a 2-hour
Yeah,
movie.
you can't-
They've got to wear more than one piece of clothing.
You can't get worried about a photo. It's
Yeah,
come on. She's running, so I don't. It's
This is interesting. Thunder God Cairo 770 says, "I would hope so, but then again, DC doesn't have a good track record with adapting Black Canary," which I completely disagree with.
I completely disagree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, is he referring to the TV shows? Because that's pretty damn spot on.
Yeah.
Like,
With
I mean,
all
do you
three
want
versions of their Black Canary.
fishnets and like the little panties and the leather jacket with
It's
the
just
bra?
not realistic.
That's her
It's just
costume,
not.
and it's not.
Although
realistic.
I did wear that for Halloween one year.
nice.
Go back in stock. And at that point, I was not a blonde and had to wear a blonde wig.
Good for you.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Thank you.
Does that cover Black Canary for
Yeah,
now?
sure,
I think it was
why
all the
not?
pictures, right?
I don't think Mike can yell anymore, so.
I can yell. You do. Please. Who got it? Cal fan. Thank you for noticing my John Schnepp.
That is your John Schnapp troll.
It's my I'm trying to continue on with John
The John
Schnepp's.
Schnapp's thing.
I'm trying to do my own variation of it, but he always had a great troll voice,
Yeah, that's
and
the
I'm trying
third-
to let it live on through me.
It's the
'cause
third time
he's
today
such a good
that
guy.
I've talked about John Schnapp, which is great. I love
Yeah,
that we're
so
keeping it alive.
I do that to kind of let the troll voice live on.
Good.
So yeah.
Unleash the trolls.
Anytime I ever heard him say that, I was just like, I felt like we were one and the same. I was like, oh my God, I hear that. That's the voice. And
The memory of
voice.
Schnepp lives on. I love it.
yeah, the little Captain Sweaty.
So Robert Catrini, who's an actor, he put out a tweet this week, which I'm surprised. I don't know if it's been taken out or not, but he did say, "I'll be a little busy this week. Hashtag Birds of Prey, hashtag Harley Quinn, and hashtag the Joker broke up. She has a few new interesting friends. They do not like me." And then he hashtags Huntress, Black Canary, DC Comics, Warner Bros. Via my main page, blah, 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 Robert Catrini and IMDb. So
Did you look him up?
I did not.
Well, let's do that. I don't know about this. I hear that, and I'm just like, dude,
Well, I saw something about
your
how
film is not out yet, and you're tweeting stuff like this.
I saw something about how her tattoo was covered over or crossed out.
Crossed out, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said look him up, for what purpose, Mike? What are you trying to
I
figure
want
out?
to see like his resume. I want to see what.
That's a fair.
Because you think it could be Swerve McGurv
No,
as...
Robert Catrini, you said?
Yeah, I've got him pulled up for you.
Oh, you do? Oh, I know that actor. He was in Jack Reacher. I remember that. He's an Atlanta-based actor, from what I remember.
Oh, he's got a hell of a resume. Jesus. Yeah, so there you go.
Cool. Good talk, guys.
Yeah, so...
So you think that what? You think
I don't know.
it's,
Well, I thought he was in Los Angeles. I thought he was in Atlanta. So
It doesn't make sense for them to be together in this movie, I don't think.
I completely agree with
Maybe
that.
in
In what capacity would that work? I can't think of it as a situation in which, I mean, if they're together, they can't physically be in the same place even. So
Nope.
Emil Johnson in the chat says, poor Jared Leto. I think he's doing okay. Something
Yeah.
tells me he'll be just fine.
Well, in the comics, she's a victim of abuse, which leads her to, lean on poison ivy and etc. So you got to believe this is a Birds of Prey film. They're going to want to keep it relatively accurate to what the comics said. And it would make perfect sense. This is Harley's way to, even be stronger than she already was and to break away from...
It's about her and the girls and taking down and Black Mask and the whole thing. And I just don't need it. I don't need the whole Jared. I don't need the angle.
You don't need Joker.
Who are you screenshotting?
I'm looking. I had to screenshot something that I was paying attention to.
Good. You don't want to turn it on quiet, or you
I just did. I just did.
You just didn't feel like it?
I just did.
Just wondering. Just curious.
Just
Not in the
did.
mood today?
So we talked last week about James Gunn, and obviously he's going to be, writing and directing Suicide Squad Dose. But apparently Warner Brothers began courting him after he was fired from Guardians 3 and offered him several DC characters
Yeah,
that he
I heard
could work
this.
on, including Superman. But
Now-
he said, however, after researching the comics, he decided Man of Steel was not for him.
I agree with that assessment.
Me too.
Knowing
I'm
him
glad-
and the
and I'm glad
filmmaker
he
he
said
is,
that.
I love when you know when a filmmaker knows what's in what
Is
their
in their
aesthetic
wheelhouse.
is and their wheel. Now, I don't want to say the wheelhouse. I think he's proven that he can handle a big budget superhero film, but it's his aesthetic, what he brings to the table. He
Superman's-
is a Suicide Squad guy.
Superman's
What I-
too moral for him.
I wouldn't even say that. I would just say
I would.
Superman's not quirky to me. There's a quirk about James Gunn and everything he's done.
Here's what I like about this. If you don't know your stuff, when somebody offers you a movie, what's the biggest DC movie you could be offered?
Superman.
You could be offered Superman. Batman as well, because of how the movies have done. But
Yeah.
you're offered Batman or you're offered Superman. Those are the two biggest ones.
Sure.
So to look inside and be like, the project that I am the best fit for is Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
That means that you're actually looking out for the project and not just taking on the biggest challenge or the
Yeah.
biggest success or the highest grossing or whatever. Johnny, I still hear your concerns with him. And I'm glad for your sake and people who are concerned as well that he is not on Superman, because I think that would have caused way more controversy than him
Yeah.
being on something like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and everything I said last week about him, it's not just was the way I was thinking. I'm reiterating, we try to cover all sides of every fence, if that's the phrase on this show. And I know a lot of people don't like James Gunn for the past, and so I just had to throw that out there because we have to represent everyone's voice. And so either way, though, we all want him to make a great film, and I believe it's going to be very good. So we'll see.
Yeah.
There's a really fun article on comicbook.com about what possible characters we could see in Suicide Squad 2. We agreed last week you got to have Amanda Waller back. Doesn't look like Harley. Possibly, or you got to say Deathstroke probably back. Will Smith, right?
I think it depends on who else they get. Because do you think that if there's not another very well-known person in the squad that Will Smith will come back? Do you think that...
I think if he's the biggest star in the film, I think he absolutely would come back. In my opinion.
What do you think?
About who should be
Will
in...
Smith? Will he be coming back?
I don't know. I think it's an opportunity to give a whole new group of characters. So
Point taken, but if there's one of the characters that is almost always with them would be Boomerang, right? You'd think he would have to come back.
well, yeah, there's
I think
always
Amanda Waller's the only one that has to,
Yeah, that has to.
probably.
All right.
She's the only one, unless, and again, you do something like, hey, we find out what a Waller was doing. We got rid of her. I'm in charge of you guys now, and they just create a new character. I don't think they will. I think you need her in there.
Well, what about Cheetah? She does have a history.
No, she's in Wonder Woman.
How are we going
Right?
to put her... I mean, you're saying after Wonder Woman.
We don't know what happens to Wonder Woman, so we can't.
We don't, but it's an option.
But she's also going to be 35 years older. So I say no to Cheetah.
You're probably right. I want this one so bad, and that would be King Shark. We had Killer
That I
Croc in the
see.
first one.
That I see.
I would just love to see what this, because Killer Croc looked awesome. People had issues with his dialogue or whatever.
Yeah.
Looked amazing. I don't know how. You think King Shark would be CGI? No, they'd probably.
I don't know because
They did practicals.
there's been different versions of Shark. They had the animated one where he just had like a jaw that was metal.
We had him on Flash
Flash would
also.
look good on Flash.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like on this list they have Killer Frost on here,
Yeah.
and I feel like they probably won't do that because of how ingrained she is with the CW verse right now. But at the same time, I think if we're not getting Harley, pulling in a Killer Frost could be really, really cool.
He likes the crazier stuff, so I think he's gonna push it. It's not gonna be all human looking. Like Croc was the most human looking version of Croc we could get, as opposed to what sometimes in the comics he's basically a walking alligator. So
Sure.
I think with Gunn we're gonna get the more grotesque characters, and I think that works well.
I'm not mad at that.
Well, if we don't have Harley, we got to have some.
I think we've earned the right with Aquaman. DC's earned the right to push it and show us the fantastic.
Well, plus he made Groot work so well in.
Exactly.
Guardians,
Talking
so-
raccoon. So he's the guy. He's the guy for it.
And if they want to make a connection between Suicide Squad and New Gods, Duchess is an option.
Okay.
So
I have no thoughts on that one.
I'm just excited because we don't know what we're going to get. We're still so far out. But one of the reasons I enjoyed Suicide Squad the first time around is because we got to see so many different characters. Now, whether or not you enjoyed the script or the story, that's fine. But just visually, I love ensemble casts.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the movie a lot.
I know you
like
did.
Suicide Squad so much.
And I'm so
know
glad
you
that
do.
you do and you
Thank
defend it.
you.
Thank you. If we're going to stay on comicbook.com, another good article here. So actor Mark Strong, who's playing Savannah, he thinks Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern is going to end up being part of the DCEU.
I think that there's no shot.
I don't know what he's saying with this because he's playing he's the same character.
He said, my version of Sinestro, I think, is going to be rebooted, as they say, no doubt, when the new Green Lantern comes out, which I think they're doing. As I've said, and I mean it, I felt really that he was going to go into the second movie and become Yellow Sinestro that we know and love and cause havoc. So...
Is that the website saying that he thinks Mark Strong thinks that?
No, this is Mark's quote.
But nothing in that
Then
quote
quote
said
said
he makes
anything
him
about it, yeah.
be part of the DCEU. I
So
think
the
that was
website
I think that's crappy reporting.
on comicbook.com, the headline is Mark Strong thinks Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie was part of the DCEU.
So he thinks that was like the start of it instead of Man of Steel.
But
That's
we
what
know
he's
is-
saying.
Which we know is not to be true because even Man of Steel was not the start of the DCEU.
Yeah. Right.
That was retconned in. So I think it's a non-story.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Moving on.
Fair enough, no probs.
Where's your Alfred voice gone, by the way?
I haven't needed it.
Can you do it now?
No.
Oh.
Well, why don't we wait until the sitcom, the show comes out?
Pennyworth?
Pennyworth.
Then there'll be plenty of time to talk about it.
There you go. Justice League versus the Fatal Five. We got a trailer, y'all, so we're going to check that out. And also, it's going to be it's going to hit digital retailers on March 30th, and then the physical Blu-ray copy will be arriving April 16th.
But when are we
That's
getting it
farther
on the
than I
app?
thought. We get it on the app the day it goes physical copy. Because with Return of the Superman, we didn't get it on the app until the day, because I was looking for it the day it was digitally released. We get it on the physical
Okay.
copy day.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's check it out. Start with boom. That looks cool.
We need to know what he knows.
He doesn't even know what he knows.
It's a ship.
It's a ship.
We've come to the right place. Superman.
Would you want lasers out of your
Claims he's
eyes,
from
Mike?
the 31st century.
I'm Jessica.
Okay.
Everyone knows Limelight.
The Fatal Five are coming!
Well, well, ye old Justice League.
It still doesn't have me completely hooked.
I didn't know
Like
you had
Minion.
powers, Thomas.
There's no time to waste.
Metropolis will be about the first of your cities
That's
to
what
be
I said.
flattened.
The people are
Yeah,
pumping it.
this one is not. Everything I've seen so far is not really kind of hooked.
Negotiate with terrorists. Even the 31st
And the reason I say that is because it's clearly set in the DC,
Legacy and danger.
the Justice League Unlimited, that universe of the Bruce Timm animated universe. So when they do stuff like this, it just seems like an extended episode of the cartoon
Yeah.
series.
Okay.
Where we could break it up into 3 20-minute episodes and
It does look cool.
because it's a great animation.
Yeah.
It's that phenomenal Justice League
I
animation.
heard you were grabby.
So it's just a continuation of that. And so I of course will watch it. But I like when the animated films do like
Something different.
yeah, the death of Superman, that Hush is coming up next. So and they don't set it in that continuity of the animated show that was on for so long.
Okay.
So, but again, we love it, and it was more. It's kind of like what they did with Batman and Harley Quinn. That episode. So it's like, and now remember they used to only do 3 a year. Now they're doing like 4 a year,
yeah.
and one of them is always set in that universe. And I think there's such a group of the fandom that loves that universe that wants more of those. So they're appeasing to the fans. So I again applaud it.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat or afterwards on iTunes, YouTube. Are you excited for this? Are you going to buy it? Do you have it through the app? Let us know all your thoughts on that, because I'm curious if other people are connecting with this a little more than we are.
Either way, April's going to be a pretty good month. We got Shazam and we have this.
Yep.
That's true.
There you go.
That's
so,
true.
This is something I have not seen, Roxy. You apparently added this at 4 a.m, even after I was in deep slumber.
Yeah, I got yours at like 2 a.m. and then I was even later than that. I know.
It was a late
I'm
night.
sleeping.
Well, shout out to Jeff and I went to go see friend of this show who was on a couple weeks ago, Tehran's comedy show every Monday and Thursday at the Laugh Factory, and he killed it, but it was a late one.
Oh, was it 10 o'clock start?
No, it was a 9:30 start, but we were still there until 1.
What? Who dropped in?
People.
Chappelle? Jesus.
That would have been cool.
Chappelle Show.
That's a really late
Chappelle
show.
Show.
It was very late.
Well, here's that. When they run that late at a comedy club, you have the right to leave anytime you want.
That's what I kept looking. A lot of people
That
were running
seems-
the light.
you
Like
guys-
from the very start, everybody was running the light by like 4 or 5 minutes.
And by the time the show was over, like half the crowd had left.
What
Right?
does that mean, running the light?
So basically, when you're doing a stand-up set, say you're supposed to do, say 45 minutes to headline.
Yeah.
You can tell the booth, light me at a certain time. Like, light me with 10 minutes left to go. So they give you a light at 35 minutes. That gives you a clue as to how much time you have
Okay.
left. Or if you're doing a short 8-minute set, they usually light you
Gotcha.
at 7. That means finish up.
And people were running it by like a lot.
Yeah,
Especially
that happens in
and
LA.
One of the guys kept being like, "Sorry, I know, I see the light. I'm running it," and they were blinking it. He just like wouldn't get off for a
So
little
those
bit.
are
He was
bad
funny.
comedians then to me, which like
Well-
you need to know your set
no,
times.
they're great, but you're setting the other people later in the
Yeah.
setup for not.
So you need to be cognizant of your other
Here's the
comedians.
thing. This is one of the many
The
reasons.
show was awesome. The show was awesome.
It's one of the many reasons why I don't like the LA comedy scene. It's a very selfish scene, and you have a lot
That's
of
what I'm
famous
saying.
people doing stand-up who don't care about
I
anyone
don't
else.
I don't do comedy, and I admire those that do. So if you want to screw people over, you can.
Yes.
It's like,
Oh, you can.
Or you can go like, hey, we're all in this together. I might be further ahead of my career than you, but let's all respect each
no.
other's
Name
times.
the next line.
I can't-
Line of the song. We're all in this together.
I can tell you this.
Name the movie.
I have no idea.
I have lost count of how many times I've been bumped off.
You
of
guys in the chat now?
Shows in
And
LA.
so you'll get bumped.
Oh yeah, you'll show up and find out. Oh, so and so dropped in, and
Yeah.
they want to do 30.
Oh.
And if they're famous, then you just don't get the spot. So
Oh
it's
wow,
like,
interesting.
Yeah, it's a dirty game, yo.
Cutthroat.
It's a dirty game, yo. Someone just gave
No,
us
I'm
breaking.
looking at it. You keep going with the other stuff on the show.
Well, the next one is going to be Robert Pattinson, which you added that one. So
Wow, this is the breaking news
So we're
apparently
dropping?
at 1:40 p.m. from Hollywood Reporter. Aquaman spin-off The Trench in the works. Let's see. We're reading this live on air right now, so
Yeah, let's
forgive
do
me
it.
if this is not related. It says, The Trench and Aquaman better bring a life vest. With Aquaman being a billion-dollar hit, it's no surprise that Warner Brothers wants more waterworks from its DC comic hero. But while any discussions of a direct sequel have not engaged on any sort of serious level by the studio, director James Wan or star Jason Momoa, with all the players seemingly intent on taking a breather and their time, there is talk of a spin-off. Warner has hired newbie scripts Noah Gardner and Aidan Fitzgerald to pen a horror-tinged script centered on the Trench, the deadly amphibious creature seen attacking the hero and his love, Mera, in Aquaman. Juan and Peter Safran will produce the project titled The Trench, which will be much more modestly budgeted than normal DC superhero tentpoles.
wow,
Interesting. The Trench creatures are rather recent arrivals to the Aquaman lore, having been introduced in the comics only in 2011 when DC did a revamp of its entire publishing line. They are revealed to be part of the Kingdom of Atlantis, but when it sunk, inhabitants who were cut off from other survivors and evolved into ravenous monsters.
Interesting.
Well, that's exciting. Thanks for the link, Zeno. Fun
Very
to talk
cool.
about.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that? Initial thoughts on a more horror-y spin-off of this while they have Aquaman 2 in production?
I mean, the perfect example is, I mean, who knows? Who knows? We can't. I mean, we can speculate what we want, but the creatures that don't talk. So you have to have an antagonist in there somewhere, and I don't know.
Johnny?
I don't know.
I'm on board.
I don't know if this would have been the spinoff I would have gone with, but okay.
There's so many things in that world that are conducive for a spin-off.
But hey, again, it's the first thing.
Well, Aquaman
so-
told such a grandiose story that it covered so much already in the first film. So that's why this could make sense.
I'm kind of with Senior Nerd in the chat who just says, what? Why? Then Evan says, could be good, interesting.
Yeah.
Seth questions, so a DC horror movie?
But I mean,
Star Drew
that's-
says, okay, no Swamp Thing. Sorry, Adam. We love you, Adam. Sorry, no Swamp Thing movie, but at least we got the show coming out. Zia says, sounds like an Elseworld film.
No, it's not
see.
an Elseworlds film. It's
Yeah, but I think, like, tonally, maybe speaking.
I think maybe they're doing the history of the trench and how they became that.
Yeah, I also think horror is a
I
little
also
stretch.
don't want to think that like I hope WB is not of the old mindset of like, oh well, people love this movie, so now let's give them everything in this movie. It's just like, well, there's a lot in Aquaman that made it $1 billion. I don't know if the trench was the thing that made it $1 billion.
Yeah, let's take our time.
You've got the characters and the stories.
Zeno says, I think Mara should be the spin-off. Jack says, I don't get it.
Mara
So
would be a
again,
spin-off.
breaking news. We'll talk about it more next week for sure.
And again,
this
it's just saying that they announced a script. That's all it is.
Yep.
They commissioned writers to write a script. So there we go.
Well, new hot take rumor is that one of the candidates to play Batman is none other than the vampire himself, Robert Pattinson. And a lot of people are talking about this in the interwebs. We are all very divided here in this room. So, Roxy, take it away.
I'm actually ridiculously happy that we only have like 1 or 2 minutes to talk about this story because I know that we are divided on this. I could not think of a better casting choice. I can't believe this hasn't come up to this
For
point.
Batman?
I think that he is an actual perfect Bruce Wayne, a perfect Batman.
Is it because he's a vampire?
What movie
already?
have you seen him be physical that have you gone, yes, that man has the physicality to be...
Have you seen him in anything that wasn't a vampire movie?
I'm saying, has he done a fight scene? Has he done a fisticuffs?
After seeing him in Good Times
Yeah.
and after seeing him in Damsel, I think that
Good Times?
absolutely, yeah. You didn't see Good Time. It's just Time, not Times. This one, it was. He could without a doubt do this. Check out the movie and then let me know.
And Jeff and I were talking about this before the show. We were saying, is there an actor who, because of your first experience with them, you will never see them as anything else? And I couldn't think of it for the life of me. And then we said this, and I was like, Robert Pattinson will forever be Edward in Twilight. And that is on me. That is not on him.
I've never seen Twilight, so we could be
neither.
in different.
And I've
never
never
seen
seen it. I just know what that world has created. Those pictures of him with the sparkly skin, making the duck face. He will forever be.
He is a phenomenal.
I know that, and it's on
Okay.
me. This is a me, Mike Kalinowski. I am admitting this is a flaw of mine. That's who I will
And I'm the
always
same
see
way.
him as.
What I have seen of Twilight, the acting was terrible, but I think it was more Taylor Lautner bad acting than it was Robert Pattinson.
He was
so I
also
won't-
a lot younger.
Sure.
He was a
Hey,
kid.
I get
I
it.
like him as Cedric Diggory in the Harry Potter films. I actually enjoy his character in those films.
Mm-hmm.
I do. He was younger, so I think it was before Twilight. So it looks a little different for me. But again, I am.
You can even see some of it in the trailer.
No,
of
for
Good
this,
Time.
we got to go off of. Yeah, this is a big no for me.
I think he
will. I
would
not go
be
see the movie
perfect.
because of it? No, but this is a. He's right up there. Like I do not.
I like his
Not for me.
age. I like his look. I love his style. I think he would nail this.
Mm-hmm.
Nail it. So that's how I feel about Robert Pattinson.
There you go.
There we go. We had.
And then last story before TV time, Henry Cavill, which we mentioned earlier. There's a rumor demanding script and director approval if he does Man of Steel 2.
Earlier in this week, it came out that he was demanding to not only approve the director, but also be a producer on it and also figure out who's working on the script. He wanted his hand in all the things. Then that rumor was debunked, And then the rumor of it being debunked was debunked. So
A lot of debunking happening.
So I think this is one of those things where we just don't know. We don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to be a producer on the project. That's just smart and
Everyone's
and
if you want a piece of the pie and you want to say in things.
it makes sense. He probably feels slightly burned, so he wants a little
Yeah, a little more
say in
control.
who's working on it. I have no problem with him wanting these things. I'm curious what DC's hold up of him wanting these things is, or if they even have one. So it'll be interesting in months to come what
Yeah.
happens from that.
I think there's, and I think the words demanding were a little bit.
Demanding is rude to
That's
write that.
rude to write that. He wasn't sitting there going,
this is
"I'm doing this or not." He's like, "Guys, hey, I've been your Superman. I've taken my
asking
time."
for negotiating.
Yeah, we saw what happened
demanding.
when the studio comes in and the Superman that I signed up for was not what we gave the fans. I want more control. And he's now with Mission Impossible being this massive success for him. He's earned the right. So yeah, and Warner Brothers also smart. They're going, well, I don't know. So that makes so much sense what the holdup is with them, both parties wanting things, and it's finding that
balance.
That's what seems
The happy medium. That's
but
a
him
tough
coming
one.
in demanding and then walking away, I don't buy that at all. But I think there's definitely truth to the fact that he probably wants a lot more say in the film, and he should get it. It's his image. It's him. It's Superman. It's his. He's put in the time now in this. He's put in almost 10 years with this.
We're almost gonna have to skip my favorite time of the show, but it's because the trench came out.
What do we got?
We had to talk about that.
Well, we could hit TV time real quick.
All right.
AfterBuzz TV News.
If you guys want more coverage for Black,
Oh, see?
I was just gonna run through with it. If we AfterBuzz is our sister network, though. A little love to them, by the way. And speaking of AfterBuzz, if you do want more coverage for Black Lightning, Flash, Gotham, or Arrow, check out our AfterBuzz TV after shows for them. I thought Gotham was the best episode yet. I was so from last week. I was so bummed to see that there was no episode last night. I don't know what. Supergirl didn't air either because of the Super Bowl. By the way, go Patriots. But other than that, we have a composer of Swamp Thing, so I'm guessing that Adam's happy with any of this news. He's not here to celebrate it, but it's a Marvel movie composer,
That's right.
Brian Tyler,
Nice.
who will be composing Swamp Thing.
It's going to be a very good
It's great.
score. Adam's not here, but hey, we're talking about Swamp Thing, so it almost feels like he is here.
Oh, I can feel him in the room right now.
Yep.
We love
it's-
your presence,
there-
Adam.
There's a Diet Coke splashing somewhere off of his lips, and it's a lot of energy. What's up?
Nothing. Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
I've been talking a little bit about this for a while now. Through the internet, we talk about meeting people on the internet. There's a man who is the concept artist for all the CW shows.
Okay.
Anytime you see concept art, Google's name is Andy Poon. He is the guy that does all the mock-ups of all the suits. He posted he was working on this Batman suit. I said, Batman's not on our shows. This is me. I'm doing this on my own. And I commented in going, oh man, that's awesome. And he's like, oh man, Mike Kalinowski. And I was just like, I thought he was being sarcastic. My first go-to was like, is this guy being sarcastic? He's like, no, he's a fan of this show, fan of Collider. And we just got to talking now for months now. And I said, hey, man, anytime you want to use my image for any of your designs, go ahead. And he's like, you serious? I was like, yeah.
Wow.
So he's now using me as his image for the bat suit he's designing.
So cool.
There's a guy named John Powell who is Moore Park FX. They build these suits. And now they've taken my measurements.
Whoa.
They're putting together this Batman suit. They're designing it. He's allowing me to tease a couple pictures of his version on this. This is not on the show, but this is if the CW this is their version of what on these Arrow shows is the Batman.
So anybody on iTunes, you might want to switch back over to YouTube to see these.
So
or are
we
you
might
gonna
have
message
more coming
these
out soon.
or tweet it?
I'll tweet it out. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
tweet it out.
working together. I'm trying to get them. I'm reaching out to try and get a 3D scan of my body for them for the suit.
Okay.
Damn.
But it is a awesome testament to the internet and this show that I was able to meet this man. We've become friends over the months, and I think it's the coolest thing ever to see my face as Batman with these guys that have designed these costumes forever. He is now working. He is the guy. He's doing Batwoman. He is doing the Batwoman stuff. He shares some stuff with me that I'm not going to share, and I cannot share, but it is awesome.
That is awesome. Well,
So,
if you need
yes.
if you need somebody to be in other costumes, I'm your girl.
So those pictures we're throwing up,
That's
I'll
really
put those
cool.
out there.
I'm your girl, too.
I'm going to have a full reveal hopefully soon. And,
We're your women.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Good
Congratulations,
job,
Mike.
Mikey.
That's great.
Well,
That's
while you're
great.
at it, why don't you put yourself over?
I'm at Mike Kalinowski, the champ of the Inner Geekdom for the Schmodown.
Yeah, you are.
Going to be defending that pretty soon.
I hope to call one of those matches someday.
It'd be awesome. Yeah, Twitter. That's where you find me at. That's where I'm always at. Twitter.
He's always there.
You
I'm
guys,
such a terrible on the shout out.
you're fine. You're totally fine. You guys can find me
Roxy.
everywhere at Roxy Striar. And don't forget to go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Roxy Striar, where you may or may not see me possibly next week do an early review of Doom Patrol if you're looking for that kind of thing.
Oh, that's
Jealous.
exciting.
How do
First
you
couple of
get
episodes.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying you might want to check out my Patreon.
All right. Well, follow Adam Gertler at Adam Gertler. We're at DC Movies SK. I am at Jake Quasto. Let's see. What do we got? I'm going to come to Toronto, Canada, February 23rd. Blackcraft Wrestling's having an pay-per-view. So if you're in Toronto, go to that. And also, I'm going to be going on tour with WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. For all you pro wrestling fans that do watch the show, I know there are a lot of you. We're going to be March 16th, San Francisco, March 17th, Sacramento, March 26th, Nashville, March 31st, Brea Improv, March 31st, Brea Improv. Other than that,
Rashiki?
Rikishi.
Rikishi, not Rafiki.
No.
Okay.
He is part of the Samoan dynasty.
I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, special is getting there. We're getting there every single day. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for Jeff in the booth. We love you. We'll see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.